Welcome to the Decoding HVAC podcast, powered by Fujitsu AirStage, bringing you smart solutions, industry trends, and pro tips to keep you in the know. Matt, today we're going to talk about training, and who better to talk about that great subject and very important subject than a member of our learning and development team here at Fujitsu AirStage, Mr. Artie De Martinis. Artie, how are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, Artie, before we get into kind of the topic today, which is training, tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into training in this industry.
I jumped on board with a company back in 1986, and I was an apprentice. I became an installer. I worked my way up the ladder to job foreman. I was with that company until 1999, but in between, I decided that from the installation department, I want to learn more service. So I put myself through Lincoln Technical Institute in Union, New Jersey. It was a 15-month program, learning service, but they kept me in the installation department because I was more valuable to them there. From there, it came to 1999. I decided to go a different route. I got hired at Fujitsu through a recruiter. 26 years later, here I am with Fujitsu, from tech support to the education department, and doing online trainings and in-house trainings and helping everyone that comes in our path as far as education and knowledge.
So, the inbound calls, I mean, you're talking to people who have issues on the job, and that's kind of what you identified going from the installation side to the service side, right? We've got problems, we got to fix it. But now on the training side, how did you identify so quickly that you wanted to be proactive with these contractors as opposed to reactive with the inbound calls?
Because of those phone calls, the lack of knowledge that they had with mini splits. You'd get phone calls. I'm a boiler guy. I'm an oil guy. I'm a propane guy. I do furnaces. I do air handlers, condensers. I never did any of this stuff. So, but my boss threw me on a job site and I don't know what I'm doing. I said, all right, no problem. And that's where I saw the need to spread the knowledge. It's heating and air conditioning, right? I used to make everybody understand. Listen, okay, I get it. It's all good. I'm here to help you. But just remember that this is heating and air conditioning. We've been doing this for a very long time. It's just now more electronics, more technology involved. And this was 2000. And we were still on the R22 equipment, the refrigerant R22. So there were electronics, but not like today. But I had to learn how to troubleshoot the electronics. So first I had to learn what it took to install. I was a pretty good installer. I had to learn how to install the mini split now, and following all of the correct procedures and the protocols and line lengths and BTU capacity and sizing it correctly and air velocity and where this unit is where is it going to look good, aesthetics. And that's when I felt the need that we need to teach.
As Darin kind of alluded to, why is training, when we're talking to our dealers and contractors, why is it not just one training, but it's continuous training and ongoing? Why does that really matter to A, the contractor, then B, to us, the manufacturer, and ultimately the end user?
Great question. It's from where we started, R22, right? We still had relays and capacitors and the basic controls that you had on unitary equipment. But we still had to teach the installers, the contractors, the companies, the reps who decided to sell our equipment, and then the distributors who are coming on board to sell our equipment to contractors. And they want to sell our equipment, but the contractors aren't going to buy something that they don't know anything about. They want to stay in their comfort zone of what they know, which is why we started the education department. And why is it so critical? Because it's rapidly changing. From 26 years ago, from R22, we evolved to 410A, and this is refrigerant. So technology changed, and it continues to change, and we've just evolved over and transitioned to R32. It's rapidly evolving now, including smarter controls. There's stricter energy efficiency standards. All of that comes into play, and the industry has to keep up with that. So that's why this training goes on, so that we can teach and educate.
Now, we talk about continuing education, but what are some of the biggest risks that contractors face when they don't, and I'm going to say invest in training because it is investment in them and their business?
The contractors who fail to invest in training, it's a severe risk that possibly could threaten the safety and the integrity of our industry and the quality of their work and their business. It could cause damage to their reputation because that company is going out to a homeowner who they're choosing companies who are very reputable, but may not be as knowledgeable in the mini split field. They're representing their company, but they're also representing Fujitsu Airstate.
In one of our previous episodes, we talked about kind of our contractor base. We're talking about the contractor training, and we look at our Elite Plus and our Elite contractors, making sure that they are keeping up with the standards and the ever-changing technology that the HVAC industry is witnessing. So how important it is for the homeowner to ensure that he or she is choosing the right contractor and understanding the importance of being a factory authorized contractor that is trained and kept up to standards. Why is that important to be selecting a contractor that takes training seriously?
You want to make sure as a homeowner, they're going to invest some time to research, and that's what people do. If someone's coming into my home, I'm going to know right away the minute I open that door, and what's standing in front of me is a professional. Tell me what's involved, what's going to happen, how you're going to do it, how this is going to save me money, why is it better than the other guy's product. And so this is where training is critical when choosing a contractor.
This has come full circle from the old portal, the new access portal that both our contractors, our distributor partners use, and has actually made significant improvements, and some would even say better than the original. So yes, that's our means to interact with our contractors and distributors.
Our contractors do register, and every class that I conduct, every training and education class, whether it's online or in-house, I make sure that everybody understands, hey, we have the Access website. Go in there, register yourself, be able to get the perks and benefits. Depending on the amount of work that you've done for Fujitsu installations, you too can work your way up to elite contractor. And when you become an elite contractor, you're on our website and we're advertising you for free. So when a customer does go to our website, which they do, they can look up contractors, whether it's 5 or 10 or 15 mile radius of their home. They're going to put a zip code in, and it's going to appear on their screen, the authorized Fujitsu Airstate elite contractors in their area. And that means from the service department, the technical support, the sales department, all of us, we all have to put our heads together and educate through training.
It gives the homeowner a peace of mind that when they're selecting their contractor that they're trained on our product, they know all about our product, and they can select the right product for their application. Artie, I thank you for doing this. I think, Matt, you'd agree that we could talk about this topic all day long. Artie, we'd love to have you on another episode. For those listening, if you want to send us an email, talk about a topic, please reach out to us at decodinghvacpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you.